Welcome to Makers of Tomorrow, the podcast where each episode we talk with founders, industry leaders, and innovators to explore the latest trends shaping brands and the consumer experience.
We are your hosts, Kareen, Mallet, and Gottlieb, founders of Replica, the social selling platform revolutionizing how brands connect, inspire, and sell in today's digital world. So whether you're a brand leader, entrepreneur, or just fascinated by the evolution of digital commerce, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Great innovations don't just improve, they transform. That's exactly what our guest brand Dp Derm has done for microneedling, making treatment safer and more effective and the results more predictable. Today, we're joined by Joel Marshall, founder and CEO of Dp Derm, to talk about how protocol-based skincare is used and how it's sold through various sales channels, including direct to consumers and through a professional users network, making recommendations directly to their clients. Welcome, Joel. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're doing well. Thank you for joining the podcast today. Before we dive into how you promote your brand and how you let people know and how you gain customers, let's start with the very basics. What is microneedling?
Well, so basically, it's what it sounds like. You've got needles that are very small that create holes in the skin. So the basic premise behind it is when you cut yourself or when you create a wound in your skin, you have what's called a wound healing response. Basically, what that means is there's 4 different levels that happen. If the first part is your blood will start clotting. Then you're going to get some inflammation where your macrophages come in and take away the dead cells. But then what happens is the good stuff. So the fibroblast comes in to create new collagen, right? And then the 4th step is the remodeling. So when that collagen starts to change to be like good quality, long-lasting collagen. So if you think about that, if you do one pinprick like this, that same process happens, whether it's a big cut or it's one pinprick. Now, if it's just one pinprick, you get that whole collagen remodeling, but it's also controlled, so you don't get scarring and that sort of response. So now if you can multiply that pinprick by many, many times, you get this massive remodeling of collagen. That's natural because you're just working and letting the body create that itself. So it's not, adding, fillers and Botox and things like that. You're really naturally getting the skin to create new collagen.
What can a customer expect after a successful microneedling session?
They're going to be a little bit red. They'll be a little because we've obviously created with our device. We're creating over 1 million holes in the skin and just in the face in under 10 minutes. So they're going to get redness, maybe a little bit swollen for a day or so, but that'll calm down within a day or two. And then over the next few weeks, they're going to start getting that nice new collagen remodeling happening. So they have fresher, brighter, younger, more healthy skin.
Amazing. And is there a unique approach that Dp Derm takes? What's your signature procedure maybe that you're doing differently?
Well, I mean, we were the first ones to create a device in the DermaPen. And worldwide, we were the first ones to make an automatic microneedling device. So I guess right there, it's a little bit different than others because we were the creators.
It's nice to go to the innovators.
Exactly.
So how do people find out about your brand and what you guys are doing?
I mean, there's lots of different channels. Traditionally, we've always sold through professionals. So what we saw when we created the device is that it's not then just about creating the minute wounds. We saw that you needed to add in other products as well. So along our journey, we've created a whole series of products to take you from before the treatment, during the treatment, after, and at home. So we like to take our clients or the clinic's clients on a skin journey and not just a standard microneedling treatment. So traditionally, our avenue has been to sell to the clinics, the medical practitioners. They do the treatment. They use our products during the treatment, and then they prescribe the at-home products for people to take home.
Amazing. And do you have a direct-to-consumer component as well?
We do now. And that's something that we're definitely trying to expand.
Okay. And how do you, obviously your network of professionals are promoting their own business, but how do you promote your brand? Like, how do you, how do you tell this network of professionals of your brand and why they should be doing your techniques and have your microneedling product?
Like through all the avenues that we can, really. So first of all, we go to trade shows. We do those. We're in magazines. Obviously on lots of different social media channels. We use KOLs to also tell the message as well. Basically, we're trying to show to them that if you use our system, you're going to be offering your clients the best possible microneedling journey. Right?
Okay.
So any way that we can speak to them, we are.
And do you have a consistent messaging that you do?
Yeah,
Okay, so
definitely.
consistent outreach and consistent messaging. And then is there a consistent messaging for the consumer products as well?
Yes, yeah, because it's traditionally, like I said, it's been part of that skin journey. So when we've focused on the home use products, it's really been more about, oh, you're getting microneedling, continue this journey at home.
Got it.
So that's been our traditional message, but we're having to change that a little bit more because, like some of our other products aren't just around. Some of our retail products are not just about microneedling anymore.
Right.
So there's a lot of really good home products that actually aren't in that microneedling journey, which we're have to reinvent the way we actually talk to people as well.
Great.
So, with the rise of at-home care, have you changed your marketing and communication for the consumers?
When it comes to consumers, you either you can spend huge amounts of money on TV advertisements and and consumer magazines, but I think that's probably a dying art too. But really, social media platforms we see are the most effective way to reach them, most cost effective as well.
Do
Your
you use
Instagram, TikTok.
influencers to promote your treatment and your products?
We're starting to. We're starting to. It's definitely an area that we're looking more into and need to target more as well.
So, how do you expand the brand beyond where you are? So, you mentioned that you currently go through your network of professionals.
Hmm.
At Kareen and I own a company called Replica Software. That's what we do. We empower brands to enable their professional users and their product experts to consistently reach out to consumers. So, I'm curious, how do you expand the brand from here? You've been working with professionals. Professionals are doing the work in their offices. Then they're recommending your product. So that's a nice organic growth. Finding more
Hmm.
professionals is obviously part of that growth cycle. But I would imagine now that you have other products, direct to consumer messaging is also an important part. So, tell me how you expand the brand beyond where you are.
Well, definitely influence is a way to go. And we're looking at doing also particular consumer studies as well. So not just, we've done lots of medical studies for the medical in-clinic products, but looking at doing consumer studies to see not just how the results are, but, how did it feel? How did the person feel about the treatments? And then along the way of doing that, we get lots of video footage of them using it. So then we're able to take that and use that in our social media and get the positive response from those people that are in part of that consumer study. There's definitely we do need to have more help on some of those platforms too to make them better. With TikTok and Instagram, Pinterest, uh, and we've hired a marketing team now. We used to use a marketing agency, but now we've brought that in house with people that are really good with AI and leveraging the AI side of things with the social media.
You mentioned something interesting about the social media and the creation of content. Have you ever thought about reaching out to your network of professionals and encouraging them to share content? Because they are doing the procedures, they obviously have happy and returning customers. Have you thought about maybe trying to figure out a platform to encourage them to create that content, share it on social media, and then you, of course, as the brand, might be able to repurpose that content as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talk to our reps all the time about saying, look, if you're going in there and you're helping with the training and the onboarding of the device, make sure you get video footage, make sure you get information and I guess video footage from the client so that we can then use it. And when they post stuff, we will also repost what they put on there. But if there's a platform that helps with that, that's always of value too. Because I mean, it's not always easy to get those videos, because
Right.
and then the reps don't always do it, and things fall through the cracks. So I'm
Right. Well,
sure,
it's
like a
about
platform that can do
incentivizing
that.
the content creator, in this case, your professional, as well
Yeah,
as your salesperson or whoever is reaching out to those professionals, that they need to be incentivized along the way as well. So it's not like it's free content, but it's content
yeah,
that you would pay ultimately when you get the reach of the content, as opposed to paying up front for the creation of the content. So that I would think that might be a good way to add content to your site, to be able to maybe use that content to encourage other professionals to become part of your network. And then, of course, the sales associates that are reaching out, this is a way that you can incentivize them, not just to gain new professionals, but also to expand the usage of the product within that network that you have. That might
yeah,
be a,
definitely.
yeah, very
Definitely. I
interesting.
mean, content is key. The more content, the more engaging the content, the more people are going to be interested in what you have to say and the products that you have. So,
Well, we,
um,
we
and
will
also,
certainly, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go. No, just any sort of avenue where we can get more content that's good quality is always going to be valuable.
So that's I think in our pre-conversation we did talk about that is an important part of it. It's one of the things we do is we help a brand organize that process of having a distributed network of people creating content. That content gets posted on social media. The clicks drive back to your website, and then the content is then repurposed on your own site. So we can obviously talk about that further.
So, looking at the future, where do you see microneedling going? How is it evolving?
I mean, it was a big jump from what it used to be with the rollers to then when we went to the automatic machines. I mean, we continue to innovate on the machines themselves. In different countries, we see that there's a lot more of a move towards home use devices. It's a little bit more difficult with that in the US because of the FDA. So, if that can be something that can be worked out, I can see where you're doing very low level treatments at home that's going to enhance the in clinic treatments. So I think they should always go to the clinic to get a proper in depth treatment, but you can always add to those results by doing at home treatments. And then, of course, expanding the product side of things. So as we see different products that are developed, like exosomes, right? They can be used both in clinic and at home as well, but the results are exponentially increased with the different types of products that are created. So I think there's only so much innovation that can happen with a device kind of that's putting needles in the skin, and we'll try to be on that forefront.
Yeah.
But I really see on the different products that come out both in clinic and at home is
And,
the
and so
real.
you would say that because there's probably only so much you can do with the needles itself, that expansion of your brand is also about ancillary products and complementary products that you could
Correct.
then include within the before treatment, during treatment, and after treatment, and
Yeah.
certainly tapping into the home use, which means you'll probably be looking as well at a direct to consumer type of marketing effort at some point.
Correct. Correct.
Amazing. And are those products that you're bringing out and anticipating bringing out, are they largely aftercare? Like you would assume that the person does the microneedling first and then this is kind of maintenance, or is it something in lieu of, or how does it work? Is it just complementary?
It's a little bit of both. I'll give you a couple of examples, right? So I have here a product. This is an exosomes for skin, and this would be an in-clinic treatment. Right? So that's what they would get in clinic with microneedling, and then we have an exosome serum that they would use at home every day.
Got it.
Right? So that's going to increase the results. However, we get many people just buy this product on its own because they love it, right? And they'll use this every day as a great serum for their skin.
Got it.
And then we also have an exosome moisturizer as well, which is in the same boat.
Well, I think your packaging
Another,
is great, by the way. Now that you put those up in front of the camera, it's very simple, very clean. Really like it.
and another example is for hair, right? So again, this is what we have for the in clinic for hair, but we've created a whole range. So we've got, particularly when it comes to hair, you have to be doing some stuff at home. You have to be doing products at home. Otherwise, you're not going to get the results.
Right.
So we've got like a pre-shower mask to get rid of the dead skin cells, shampoo and conditioner, and then an everyday tonic, which they would use, say, instead of minoxidil.
Amazing.
So we try to come up with systems with whatever we do, and this one, the hair system, is great.
So one quick question before we wrap this up. I'm obviously only 25 years old, but I don't have great skin and my hair is thinning. So what could I expect if I were to go for a session and then follow up? I mean, what could the regular person expect if they go and do regular skin treatments? Are they going to see less wrinkles? Are they going to see more vibrant skin? What is the expectation?
Okay, so I have to be careful what I say.
Okay.
Because of the
have you figured out I'm not 25 years old?
Well, there's certain but microneedling, particularly in the US, is also governed by the FDA. So that there's only certain things that I can say it can help with. But if you're going in for microneedling treatments, what most people see is much better quality skin. Around the world, doctors will tell you that they do see a reduction in wrinkles. They'll see better quality skin. I mean, when you think about if you've got scarring or something like that, you're literally breaking up that scar tissue with the needles, and then you're creating new fresh collagen. So this is actually cleared for treating acne scars. So you can actually flatten out the scars and create new healthy skin. So if you can do that with scars, just think what you can do with lots of other conditions in the skin.
Well, I'm going to become a customer. I can promise you that. Listen, we really thank you for sharing all of your expertise and insights with us on the microneedling business and protocol-based skin care. If you're a practitioner listening to this podcast and you want to elevate your treatments, or a patient interested in post-care solutions, visit Joel's website at dpderm.com. That's dpderm.com, and follow them on social media for more. And if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe to the Makers of Tomorrow for more deep dives into the world of brands connecting with consumers in our hyper-connected world. Until next time, keep innovating and keep advancing.